500 years, the Calradian Empire dominated the continent. Its armies scattered foes before them. The strongholds of proud tribes crumbled beneath its engines of war. From the forests of the north to the wastes of the south, all was brought beneath the standard of their legions. Brutal as the conquest was, the wise agreed that it brought peace. The land, now untroubled by armies, grew rich. But empires, like men, grow old. Leaders lose a common cause. Corruption spreads. Old enemies learn the Empire's tricks and devise new ones of their own. Until one day, the bonds holding the Empire snap. Then comes the Civil War, pitting all against all. A time of hatred. A time of suffering. But also, even in the worst hours, a time of courage and defiance. As new leaders arise, from new places and new peoples, to turn back the tides of destruction and bring forth a new world from the ashes of the old.
Hello everybody, welcome. Today we're going to take a look at the game Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlords. This is a successor to Mountain Blade 1, which was one of the best games in this category. First thing I want to say, this game is a strategy, also relies heavily on management and RPG, has some premises of building also included in the game. As for those who played the first part and didn't try the second one, this game has exceeded all expectations in almost every sphere, so I strongly suggest, if you like the first part, to go to the second part. Now this game contains, besides the regular campaign, contains a sandbox, as you can see, achievements are disabled, and you can make just custom battles for fighting. Also it includes multiplayer, which is different kind of world and game, so I suggest you to give it a try. As for mods and cheats, we're gonna talk about it in a different video on how to install it, both cheats and mods. Now let's dive into the game. So when we start the game, we're gonna be presented with a few fractions. You can pick from these 6 fractions, and every fraction, as you can see, has certain bonuses, also certain downsides, and every fraction helps. Next you will be presented with customization of your character. There are a lot of details, and great attention has been paid to this, so you can change basically whatever you want and so on. Next thing comes your customization of your character skills. So these are the main skills in the game. We'll make a separate video about this because this contains a lot of things to discuss of, but in general here you will see whenever you pick some, you will be presented with some skills which will be increased here. As you can see, you can choose your story and it will affect you in several ways, whether it will be more oriented to trading or to fighting or whatever your play style is. You can choose your name. Later you can choose also your here you can set up different kind of difficulties for your game, so whether your troops will receive less damage, more damage, normal, how will AI behave in the combat, and so on. As you can see, there are also Iron Man mode and so on. So here we are. We're gonna start the game with one character. Your equipment and stuff will be decided whether on the traits you picked, so you can start with the sword, the throwing javelins, or whatever, shield, depending on how you customize your character. Also, there is a fighting tutorial included. I suggest you give it a try if you haven't played this kind of game, because fighting is a little bit different than in many games of this kind. I will show you one more thing before we start. As you can see, map of this is very big. You can only see certain towns, castle here, but to every castle or town there are villages that are connected. You can enter any village you like, any town and everything. I'll show you just in a second. And you will be greeted by many characters which you can talk with, have interactions, do quests and so on. Or you can just use it like here to buy certain things and don't get into town. As you can see, we can use this as sort of the shortcuts to talk to certain people. And also keep in mind that forests, mountains, pets, everything has different kind of, let's say, movement penalty. Also, it includes if your character is fighting in the forest, you will be on the map presented with the forest. As you can see, there is a different character here. We can talk to him. We can join different factions, fight as mercenaries. There are a few stats here, like gold, influence. Influence is used to getting certain favors within fractions. Your hit points, of course. Number of troops and number of food. As you can see, there are different kind of modifiers. Depending on your army size, you will need more food and so on. And there is a morale. Everything affects everything. As for some things, you will need to unlock your clan tier to be able to be part of some kingdom. So here is our character. As you can see, there are skills. We have at the moment 1 point. Every skill can be, if you place focus, this means you will get more experience in this field, and you can get to here. So you need more focus to progress faster and to progress further. Also, you will get at every 4 levels one skill point, which you can influence in here. And this will also allow you to progress further in certain category. Besides that, you have where everything is not only visually affected, so if we do this, it will be removed. And you have 2 types of appearance, for inside of the town and for outside of the town, which is your combat outfit, basically. You have your troops management panel, you have your quest management panel, and you have your clan tier. And also you will be presented later on with the kingdom. Now I'm gonna load the save which I progress further, so I can show you some other options and we'll include combat in that. So here we are. In general, this is the few options I wanted to show you. So let's say we want to see party management screen. As you can see here, you will have certain special characters. These guys include, you can level them up in different skills like your character here. So you can pick any of these guys literally and modify the skills at your will. Some can assist you as traders, some can assist you as leaders and so on. Also, as you can see, you have different kind of things. Now we can see in the inventory, I have possessed the more amount of horses, you will have a more amount of carry capacity. So I suggest you to include some horses in your army. Also, horses are used by foot infantry to speed them on the map when you're not walking. But we'll have a certain tutorial about it. There is many kind of equipment for horses, for characters. There are banners now that are added and so on. At the party, besides special characters, you have different kind of units. Every unit has a few tiers, which can be leveled up. And as you can see here, you can start with this guy. And basically this is his equipment. And over time, experience and money, you can Now for the next upgrade you will need horse, obviously, and he becomes a mountain raider. So almost every unit in the game has multiple upgrades, so some brand, some not. Also you can keep prisoners with you, which you can recruit if you want. If you don't want, I'll show you some upgrades. As you can see here, you can just press this button, it will show you what you need, money and horses, and you can upgrade them. And also you can recruit prisoners, but it will impact your morale, so keep that in mind, so you don't lose much morale, because it is very, very important in the game stat. Now, as you can see, you can also, I have formed my own kingdom, so whenever you see this sign, it means it is part of our kingdom. So as you can see, I have conquered some pretty large part of the map. Also, there are different kind of armies. I'm leading mainly cavalry, so in my opinion it is the best, because it has mobility where you can move very fast, whatever they say. In my opinion, in practice, this is cavalry army is the best. I'm going to make one video just about it, how to form it, because it is very expensive and people can get in a lot of different troubles, but there is an easy way to earn money in this game, and there is an easy way to make cavalry. Also keep in mind that for every cavalry unit can basically break 2 to 3 enemy units, especially if it is large cavalry. Also you can in your kingdom, this is the view, there are different clans, so basically these guys these are part of their clan, and here are the castles and the towns. You can give to certain of your vassals them, and they will upgrade it, they will recruit troops for it. Also there are different policies you can enforce in your kingdom, which will give you certain bonuses. Some lords will support it, some lords won't support it, and so on. You can also get an army. As you can see, these guys have formed an army. There are 3 parties in this army and 3 parties in this army, and you can call any of your bannermen to your army for you to have larger numbers and fight different armies. Now this is diplomacy screen. As you can see, we are in the war with the Western Empire. Also, these guys are paying us tribute every day because they have lost war and signed treaty which is unfavorable to them. Now every faction in this game has different kind of units, so let's say this is Arabic faction. They are mainly them, and blue guys are like Mongols. They are mainly relied on cavalry, and they are very tricky to fight sometime. But the rest is mix of cavalry, infantry, and we have Bretons, which are basically infantry faction. But I don't know, they can form shield walls and such thing, but in my opinion, heavy cavalry can break them very easily. But that's just my opinion. There are many different things you can do in this game, because besides RPG you can do sieges, you can do break of the sieges. Let's assault these guys. They are sieging one of our castles, so we're gonna attack. You can see here which of their banners are presented. Also you can see some of their troops here. Here is the power level. Now this is infected not only by our size, which is considerably smaller than that, but the power of our army, and heavy cavalry is very powerful. Now let me show you the combat. Now we come to the best part of the game. So basically we're leading a bunch of troops. You can issue different kind of commands, and you can also set up different kind of maneuvers, split your units into different kind of squads and so on. But we're gonna use a simple charge and show you. This is the best part of the game. There are many different tactics you can use. There are many different battle kinds, from sieges, from battles on the ground, and so on. Also, I'm gonna say one more thing about the AI. AI is at some points not smart in this game, so you can outmaneuver them by very smaller amount of troops. Also your captains or your NPCs that are following you directly in your army affect you very much. If you have good healer, medic or whatever, you can basically lose much less troops. As you can see, every red character means that he's injured or dead. But if there is a white icon here, not the red one, besides their name, it means they are wounded. It is affected by the surgeon, and there is many different kind of traits, skills and things that affect the game. I would suggest you to once again use a tutorial for combat, because it can be at the start a little bit annoying until you get the hang of it. Some weapons have longer reaches, some weapons have faster swing impact and so on, some weapons have higher damage. Also, using your horse, you can break basically anyone who has a shield. You can just input them and hit them after that. But you will learn that all on the go. And the army sizes can be quite huge, the battle can be fierce, and you have to let's say pay attention not to die too early, because if you die you will be knocked unconscious, but the combat will go on without you, and you cannot impact it. And sometimes it is more important for you to issue commands when there are big battles than to just fight and kill, I don't know, 20, 30, 50 enemies. And it is important to save your troops. So combat is main reason why we're here. Graphics is... Now we're gonna talk about, let's say, the game. I'm gonna go from the gameplay. Gameplay for this game is amazing. It is one of the best games I have ever played. It is so good. You can either ride alone, ride with few guys, or lead many number of troops and have your own kingdom. As for the music is the weakest part in this game. Sounds are good. They have even added the voiceover for some NPCs, but music is the weakest part of this game. It is not bad, but it is pretty much repetitive, and there is not a large amount of soundtracks. As for graphics is pretty good. On Battlefield it is excellent. On the World Campaign map it is a little bit, let's say, less good. But in overall, graphics is pretty good. As for how addictive this game is, this is one of the most addictive games I have ever played. I have spent so many hours in this game. And as for mods, we're gonna make a separate video about the mods, on how to install them, how to use them. The modding community for this game is unreal. It is so large, they have added so much details to some mods are so big they almost exceed the amount of gigabytes the game has. So I suggest you, if you are bored with a regular game, to go to the mods and play mods like Game of Thrones, or just improved vanilla. There is a lot of mods you can pick for. In general, I would highly suggest you to play this game. This is one of the best games I have ever played. And you can do various things here. It will provide you with so many hours of fun and entertainment. I cannot, if you are, of course, a lover of this kind of game. So guys, basically this is it. I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun and see you all soon.